Popplio features in the next community day in Pokemon Go, and in this video I will be going through all of the details for the event. I'll also be going through some tips to help you make the most of it, and I'll be going through Popplio's 100% IVs and how good Primarina is in Pokemon Go. So the event takes place on Saturday, August 31st between 2 PM and 5 PM local time. Popplio will be appearing much more frequently in the wild, and it will have boosted shiny rates of 1 in 25. So definitely the best chance to get your hands on the shiny family before it does go to 1 in 512 shiny rates after the event ends. The bonuses will be 3 times catch XP, 2 times catch candy, 2 times chance for candy XL when catching Pokemon for trainers level 31+. Lures and incense will be lasting for 3 hours, excluding daily incense. You'll get 5 snapshot photobomb encounters with Popplio. You'll get 1 extra special trade for a maximum of 3 for the day, and all trades made will require 50% less Stardust. You can evolve Popplio's evolution Brionne into Primarina to get the water type charged attack Hydro Cannon. And starting with this event and continuing afterwards, Primarina will be able to learn the charged attack Sparkling Aria, which does have 80 power in trainer battles and 85 power in gyms and raids. I will be going through how good Primarina will be with these moves later on in the video, so stay tuned for that. And if you can't manage to get out and play between 2 PM and 5 PM on the day to get some shinies, then there is actually another way for you to get the boosted shiny rates for Popplio after 5 PM. So after the event from 5 PM to 10 PM on the day, there will be 4-star in-person Brionne raids that upon completion will cause Popplio to appear around the host gym for 30 minutes. These Popplio will have the same community day boosted shiny rates of 1 in 25. Remember though that these raids are in-person only, so they can only be joined using the free orange raid passes and the premium green battle passes. Remote raid passes will not work for these raids. So this is a great chance to get the shiny Popplio family if you can't make the 3 hours of community day. There will also be event themed field research to catch Popplio, rewarding additional Popplio encounters, Stardust, Great Balls and more. There will also be some Pokestop showcases available throughout the event, so keep a lookout for them. There will be 2 bundles available in the in-game shop. For 1350 Pokecoins you can get 50 Ultra Balls, 5 Super Incubators, 1 Elite Charge TM and 5 Lucky Eggs. For 480 Pokecoins you can get 30 Ultra Balls, 1 Incense, 3 Super Incubators and 1 Lure Module. There will also be a bundle on the web store for $5 that will get you 10 Ultra Balls, 1 Elite Charge TM and 1 Special Research Story Ticket. This Special Research Story Ticket will also be available by itself in the in-game shop for $1. This does generally get you a couple of premium items like a Rocket Radar and an Incense for example, and you can also get encounters with the Popplio family. It does enhance the experience a little bit, but I wouldn't worry too much about it if you can't afford it because it doesn't really affect the event that much. And lastly, there will be event themed stickers that can be obtained by spinning Pokestops, opening gifts and for purchase in the in-game shop. So with that said, let's have a look at some tips to help you make the most of this event. Firstly, when it comes to XP, we will be getting 3 times catch XP, which will be 6 times catch XP with a lucky egg active, meaning that you do want to prioritize excellent throws during this event because you will be getting 6000 XP per catch for these excellent throws. And this is on top of the other XP you get for catching a Pokemon, like whether it's a first throw or a curveball, etc. So taking a little bit more time on your catches to try and focus on excellent throws will be the best way to rack up XP during this event. And once you've seen that you've hit the excellent throw, it's a good time to be quick catching then to skip the catching animation, and this will allow you to get more XP in a given time. I would also recommend trying to play the community day in an area where there are a lot of Pokestops because they will generally be lured up on community day because you do get more value out of your lure modules on community day when they last for 3 hours. So there will be more spawns with Pokemon spawning on these lures, so you will be able to catch more Pokemon and get more XP. Using an incense is also worth doing, not only because it lasts for 3 hours, but it will help keep the flow of the Pokemon you encounter consistent, especially if you're walking around and you do happen to walk through areas with low spawns. This means you'll keep getting consistent XP and Stardust. Also, if you do decide to use multiple incense while community day is active, you can add extra 3 hours to your incense per incense used, so it's worth doing this if you know you're going to continue playing after the event ends. As well as using a lucky egg to gain extra XP, you might want to use star pieces to increase your Stardust gains as well whilst you're out catching these Pokemon, because if you have some star pieces, you may as well use use them whilst you're already out grinding Pokemon catches for XP. And having Lucky Eggs, Star Pieces and Incense active means that if you did decide to use Origin Dialga's Roar of Time adventure effect, you would get more value out of it because it will be pausing the timer on all of these premium items at the same time. If you have the Dialga candy or you have rare candy to convert into Dialga candy and you don't have many premium items, then this adventure effect will be helpful for you to get more value out of the items you've got. Alternatively, if you don't want to use this adventure effect, you could use Origin Palkia's Spatial Rend adventure effect to increase the Pokemon encounter radius, so you will be able to interact with and catch more Pokemon in a given area. This could help you to reach Pokemon in areas that you couldn't previously, and more catches allows you to get more XP and Stardust. I would also recommend doing any Pokestop showcases that you see, because even if you don't rank highly, you'll still get some XP and Stardust. And if you do happen to rank highly, you could get some premium items like Lucky Eggs and Star Pieces that you can then use on days like this to increase your XP and Stardust gains. For the 2x candy, you can use Pinap Berries to further increase your candy gains, and you can Mega Evolve a Pokemon of the same type as the Pokemon you're catching to increase the amount of Candy, Candy XL and XP you get per catch. And as Popplio is a water type, you can Mega Evolve Blastoise, Slowbro, Gyarados, Swampert, or you can revert Kyogre to get these bonuses. It's also good to note that you will get more Candy, Candy XL and XP by Mega Evolving a Pokemon that is at the max Mega level, so worth doing this if you have access to it. And with the level 49 requirements of needing 35 Platinum medals, and with Popplio being a water type, it is a great chance to work on your Platinum Swimmer medal if you haven't got it yet. It might also be worth doing a Brionne raid if you're looking to progress your Rising Star Platinum medal, or if you want to progress your Champion medal. It's worth trading during this event because you can get an extra special trade for the day and another one from the seasonal bonus as well, and you'll be getting a 50% Stardust discount. So there are a lot of reasons for trading, not only to get lucky Pokemon and reroll IVs if you want to, but trading will also help you with your Platinum Gentleman medal and even your Platinum Pilot medal if there is some decent distance between the Pokemon that you trade. Additionally, if you do trade Pokemon caught far away from each other, you will get more candy and a higher chance for Candy XL when trading them. 3-hour lures are a great way for you to get your Platinum Picnicker medal. It's always a good idea to put down lure modules in highly populated areas on Community Day when there are more people out playing the game. Remember to do your 5 snapshot photobomb encounters with Popplio during the event, because this will help you with your Cameraman Platinum medal. And with all of the Popplio candy that you will be getting from this event, it might be worth evolving some Popplio to work on your Platinum Scientist medal if you're looking to get that one as well. And as the field research on Community Day is always easy to do, it's just catch 3 of the featured Pokemon, it can be very helpful with you getting your Platinum Pokemon Ranger medal. But it is easy to forget about field research, so try to keep an eye on it. Especially any field research encounters with Popplio will have a 10-10-10 IV floor, meaning that it's a good way to get high IV shinies and even hundos. For preparation for Community Day, if you do happen to live in an area where there aren't many Pokestops, I recommend opening the max amount of gifts from your friends each day leading up to the event. It's also worth noting that item storage upgrades should be a priority for your Pokecoins, especially if you do live in an area where there aren't many Pokestops, because you can store more items when you go out to these Pokestops and you won't need to go out to them and refill as often. And with that said, what are the 100% IV CP values for Popplio that you can look out for on the day? So from research, 100% IV Popplio will have 483 CP. From the wild, there are many CP values that could indicate 100% IVs, but due to the fact that the max level a wild Pokemon can be without a weather boost is 30, this means that 100% IV max level non-weather boosted Popplio will have the CP value of 967. And if weather boosted, the wild encounters can have a max level of 35, so 100% IV max level weather boosted Popplio will have 1048 CP in rainy weather. For the 4-star Brionne raids, the 100% IV CP values will be 1077 and 1346 boosted in rainy weather. And if you want to know what are the other 100% IV CP values for Popplio in the wild, they can be found on this CP chart. In the left column is the level of the Pokemon, and in the right column is the corresponding 100% IV CP value. With the fact that the level of the Pokemon in the wild is random, outside of the CP values I specifically mentioned, it's not really worth memorizing the CP chart. Instead, it's worth just doing a 4-star search of the Pokemon in your inventory instead. But how good is Primarina in Pokemon Go, and what are the perfect PvP IVs? So for Go Battle League, for the capped CP leagues like the Great League and the Ultra League, you more often than not want to have a general IV spread of low attack, high defense and high HP. This is because out of the 3 stats, attack, defense and HP, attack increases the CP or the combat power of the Pokemon the most. So if you have a higher attack IV, the CP of the Pokemon will be higher, and if you have a lower attack IV, the CP of the Pokemon will be lower. With a lower CP, you will be able to power up your Pokemon more before reaching the Battle League CP cap. This means that the defense and the HP HP of the Pokemon will be increased higher, and they will be able to stay alive longer and potentially land more attacks. This is the general case for Pokemon that have a max CP that is above the CP cap of the league. However, if for example you have a Pokemon that maxes out at 2470 and you want to use it in the Ultra League with a CP cap of 2500, you would want the 15-15-15 IVs on this Pokemon so it could have a CP as close to the cap of the league. Additionally, in the Master League there is no CP cap, so you do always want the 100% IV. Primarina is currently ranked 391 in the Great League with 0-15-14 IVs. It's ranked 277 in the Ultra League with 2-15-13 IVs, and it's ranked 122 in the Master League. It is worth noting though that there will be a bit of a change up to the meta moving into next season, starting at the beginning of September due to different move updates. And overall, Primarina does look to be a bit better in all three of the main leagues. It looks like it will be most relevant in the Master League, where it will move up to around 72 in terms of its rank. So overall, you are most likely going to want to try and get 100% IV Primarina so you can use it in the Master League. And you will also want those IVs for raid attacking as well, but is it any good as a raid attacker? Well, currently Primarina is the 30th best water type attacker, with its best moveset currently being Waterfall and Hydro Pump. And when it gets access to Hydro Cannon on Community Day, its performance as a water type raid attacker will be improved. It's also worth noting that Primarina is the 16th best fairy type attacker with moveset Charm and Moonblast. It is also possible that the other new move, Sparkling Aria, is going to be useful for it as a raid attacker as well. So I would highly recommend evolving Brionne into Primarina on Community Day between 2 PM and 10 PM to get Hydro Cannon, because it is a very good move for raid attacking and Go Battle League, and Primarina does want this move to be at its best in both of these aspects of the game. And when it comes to Sparkling Aria, we don't actually know how good this move is going to be yet, because it is a new move being added into Pokemon Go, so we don't really know how much energy it will cost. But luckily, you won't need to evolve for this move because it will be accessible by regular charge TM. And if you do want to know what other Pokemon are worth powering up in Pokemon Go, then I recommend checking out this video next.